Yo, welcome to another video. I know I just uploaded my endurance of the apology video, so hope you were enjoying that when it uploads. Now we get to do the weekend preview. Again, I don't know if the audio level is good on my end. I'm gonna look at the volume levels. Volume levels look okay. Maybe I should lower it a little bit more. Okay, I think that'd be fine. Uh, yeah. Alright. I think that'd be fine. Because it's not like going all the way to the end of the thing. Alright? Alright? Okay, let's get started. Comments. Fuck Pokemon, wow. Hold on, I wanna see. Look at this fucking guy. That's right. You just played Dead Rising 1. With Dead Rising 4, you'll get a taste of what some devs mean by back to the roots. No. Killchin, you're a fucking idiot. Okay. No, Killchin, you're wrong, because Dead Rising 4 doesn't have the 3-day time limit, so how is it back to its roots if it's removing a core aspect from Dead Rising? Um, how is it back to its roots when it gets rid of that? I've heard it has regenerating health. How is that back to its roots? It's having stuff that's not in the game. That's not been in the series. Okay. I'm not streaming Batman on Tuesday night. I think because it's only 90 minutes long and not many people show up at night.
Alright, what is going on, everyone? DSP here, and welcome to the weekend preview for Sunday, November 20th, 2016. This week is going to be very busy. This week is going to be very hectic. This week I'm going to be covering a wide variety of games, topics. There's holiday stuff mixed in this week. There's one new release this week. There's a lot going on. But primarily, this week is going to be very different from a normal week when I would cover games because of the major changes that I am instituting as directly towards your feedback regarding the entire last month, where people have been giving me all these ideas of how to improve the business and things that I either need to cut back on or change. And one of the main things that people have said to me is that I stream too much. That live streaming at this point is too...
He did a vlog on this very channel about it. He couldn't just say, "I'm changing the way I stream. Check out the vlog to understand it. I'll put the link in the description below." Couldn't do that? Okay.
too frequent that a lot of the times when I live stream, it doesn't even make sense, especially if I'm in the middle of an ongoing playthrough. How many people have actually watched all of the footage to be caught up to the point where I am in this long ongoing playthrough that I need to live stream every single day? Okay, I get it. All right, now I know that it's going to be a tough thing for those who maybe attend the live streams every single day, because I've been doing live streaming every single day since 2013 when I instituted it. Way back when I adopted direct capture and all of that, I've been, live streaming a ton. And the thing is, over the years, I've live streamed less and less and less. If you remember when I first started live streaming, I live streamed everything. Every piece of gameplay, every playthrough. I live streamed the weekend preview. Remember when this show used to be live streamed? For what reason, I have no idea. I used to live stream Ask the King. I used to live stream my podcast. I used to live stream. Everything was live. And honestly, quite honestly, did anything really benefit from always being live? Yeah, not really. Every once in a while, I'll get a little bit of some kind of variety of stuff because of some kind of feedback from the stream chat. But most times, the stuff that I live stream doesn't really benefit from being live streamed, besides the fact that if you are there live on the stream, you get to see it immediately. And that's really it. I do realize that there are a small group of people. I mean, I'd probably say it's the same 50 to 60 regulars who every day usually are in my stream chat, who interact with each other and talk with each other every day when I'm live streaming. And if anything, the one group of people who I do have to apologize to is them and say, I'm sorry that I live streamed so much to the point where
Guys, guys. That was a better apology than the 46-minute apology video. And he did that within 2 minutes. I mean, obviously less than that because the 2 minutes includes the thing, but that was a better apology than the other apology video. That's fucking insane. I just had to share that. I just had to share that. That was a better apology than the fucking video that I endured.
I kind of oversaturated everything, and now people are telling me, why am I live streaming so much? I shouldn't do that every day. And that it might actually bring more attention to my videos on YouTube, which could be true with playthroughs and stuff. And in that regard, I do want to apologize because I realize there are people that kind of just every day turned up, and now they're like, well, Phil's not streaming every day anymore, so now we can't, we don't have somewhere to hang out every day, basically. And that is the truth of it, and I do apologize for that, alright?
Guys,
But
that is... Seriously, I just want to, like, applaud Phil for that. That was a better apology because that, unlike the 46-minute video, felt genuine and sincere. See, that's how you apologize. So now people can tell me, "Oh, you're just picking and choosing apologies." No, literally, that is a better apology, miles better because it comes off genuine. It comes off legitimate. Like, listen to that. I'm convinced that he's sorry because it's like, he's not going on a tangent. He's not getting angry. He's not apologizing for bullshit reasons. He's sorry that, he's taking away something that people enjoy. Insane, right? So it seems that he can only apologize when stuff like that, but he can't apologize correctly when he does something that pisses people off. Or when he name calls them, when he insults people, he can't apologize right for some reason.
bottom line is, with a lot of stuff that I'm doing, it just doesn't need to be live streamed. And in particular this week, because I've got a lot of holiday themed stuff coming up, which I'm about to explain to everyone, my schedule is going to be very different and hectic personally. Like, I don't have the time to sit here in the morning and say, I'm going to be recording for 3.5 solid hours and then take a break for dinner and then go back. I'm not. In fact, this week there's a lot of stuff that's changing my schedule up where I'm not going to have the same normal schedule. And therefore, if I were to live stream all this week, it would be incredibly difficult to even give people set times and stuff that I'm doing things, okay? So all that being said, this coming week, there's not going to be any live streaming unless some crazy thing out of the blue happens and there's a reason for me to do it. No, instead, what it's going to be is basically me recording a ton of gameplay offline and uploading it to DSP Gaming as I used to do. Alright, and that's good because there'll be no distractions, you know what I mean? I won't have to be monitoring a stream or looking at stream chat for comments or anything like that. I could just focus purely on the games, and I'll be honest, people have been telling me that when I play games offline, that it seems that the content ends up being better because I'm more engrossed in it, I'm more absorbed in it, I'm more focused on it, rather than being constantly looking at stream chat and I get distracted from this and that. Oh, something on my phone vibrated, oh, something in the stream chat I gotta do, oh, the stream's,
I like how he says the phone, but the phone is a constant. Him streaming or not, the phone doesn't care. The phone will always vibrate if someone calls.
Not consistent or whatever. I just focus on the game, and people say it seems to be better anyway. All right. And in addition to that, there's going to be some other stuff this week that normally I wouldn't live stream anyway, like Ask the King and stuff like that. So there's a lot to talk about in this week in preview, and we're about to start talking about it. All right. But before we get there, I do want to say this. I did earlier today make a special vlog in regards to some drama that happened overnight because of something very stupid and something that is completely untrue, and I didn't actually...
Oh my god, dude. What? He went from, okay, good apology, to, well, I made a video about the stupid drama. He plugged a drama video. What?
I believe that I said at the end of Saturday's stream? Yeah, it was the end of Saturday's live stream of Pokemon Moon. And I'm not going to get into it in this video. I'm just going to say, if you heard anything about it and you want to know the full skinny on it and my take on it, watch the vlog. It's right here on this channel. And basically, the gist of it was that I apologized for something really stupid that I said that I didn't mean. But it just seems there is this group of people out there who, whenever they find a flaw or the moment of weakness that I have, they have to make that the highlight rather than, oh, by the way, Phil's been playing all these awesome games and enjoying himself all this year and put out 40,000 fucking great videos on DSP Gaming. Here's the one moment when he says something stupid on stream, and they make that the hyper focus of everything about me on the internet, and that's why
The hyper focus. So, well, you know what? I talked about that in the 2-hour video I did. So enjoy
so
that.
many people hate me. I don't really want to be that. I want to, at least when a situation like that comes out, have the opportunity to apologize and say, listen, I screwed up. I shouldn't have said that.
He never said that. He didn't say that video. I saw that video 3 times. I mean, he alluded to it, but he mostly apologized for people taking the video out of context. That's basically the main thing he focused on and harped on. He did say when he said it was stupid, but he didn't come off as he genuinely felt that what he said was bad, or he did whatever. Again, watch my endure of it. Hope you enjoyed it.
And I explain all this in the video, so go check out that video. All right, that's out of the way. I'm not even going to mention it again. All right.
Good. Like the copyright strikes,
now,
right?
First of all, before we get to the schedule, big announcement. There's only 1 day left for people who pledge to my Patreon. There's the link. For people who pledge to my Patreon in October to nominate games for my Indies Marathon, which is going to happen 1 week from tomorrow. So it's actually Monday, November 28th, 2016. I'm going to be doing a marathon event. Starts around noon Pacific time. And yes, this will be live streamed. In fact, this will probably be the first live stream I do after right now. I'm not going to be live streaming all this week. It'll be the 28th when I live stream next this event. You got to nominate indie games for me to play. There's 1 day left because Monday night, tomorrow night, I'm going to close that nominations thread on thekingofhate.com. I'm going to turn it into a poll where people can vote, those patrons can vote on the games that were most commonly nominated. Now, I haven't really looked at it in a couple days. Last time I checked, there was over, I think, 20 to 30 games that had all been nominated. So it's going to be interesting to see what got multiple nominations and stuff like that, and set up this poll tomorrow night. But I just want to throw that out there. I know I haven't talked about it recently. 1 day left if you pledge in October to nominate games for this upcoming marathon, and then tomorrow night it's going to become a poll where those same patrons will be voting. And of course, during the course of the week, I'll try to be transparent, probably on Twitter. I'll talk about it and post up the poll results so everyone knows exactly what to expect this coming Monday. All right?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Now, let's talk about this week's schedule, because it's very different from a normal schedule. All right, here's the deal. Here's what I'm finding myself coming across here this week and at the end of...
The only difference is that he's not streaming. That's not very different because it's like the days before he streamed.
November. Unfortunately, there's just too much coming out at once. And this happens every single late November, early December. I don't think I can remember 1 year when it didn't happen. If you remember 2 years ago, Dragon Age Inquisition came out with all these other games, and I was trying to play like one game every 2 to 3 days because there was like 6 games I was juggling at one point, and everything kind of just fell behind. Last year wasn't as bad, but still, I knew that things had to wait, and then I ended up playing stuff super late in the year that had come out. If I remember the one that wasn't it Tomb Raider? Wasn't it Rise of the Tomb Raider? It was a Tomb Raider game. Whatever the Tomb Raider was that came out exclusively on Xbox One. People wanted to see it at launch. I played it like one session and never had a chance to go back to it. And by the time I played it in December, no one cared. Not that it mattered. It wasn't a great game anyway. But I digress. You see, every year this happens. I always get caught up in so much and so many new releases. There's no way I can cover them all at once.
Oh my God.
So the current situation that I'm in, I have lingering stuff that unfortunately I haven't been able to finish. In particular, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. The one thing I haven't done is the zombies in Infinite Warfare. I just haven't had a chance to do it, and therefore I can't review the game until I play all the modes, and I haven't been able to play that mode. And I just still, at this point, I find myself not having time to sit down and do it because I'm in the middle of so much else. Right now, currently, I'm in the middle of a Watch Dogs 2 playthrough, and I'm in the middle of a Pokemon Moon playthrough. Now, Watch Dogs 2 I'm further into, because that came out on Tuesday, and I actually played it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then I played 2 smaller sessions. So at this point, I believe I'm actually some 15 to maybe almost 20 hours into that playthrough. And therefore I am getting good progress in that game. It looks like if I play it probably for another few major sessions, I may finish it, so that's a good thing. Pokemon Moon, I'm just scratching the surface. Everyone knows how long Pokemon games are. They're incredibly freaking long. I remember the one that I played 2 years ago, Pokemon Omega Ruby, which, by the way, the one that I made live, because it is live right now on YouTube if you want to watch the old playthrough from 2 years ago. That one was over 100 parts. Now, I actually went back and looked, and that was actually before I had adjusted my video length. Back then, I was still uploading clips that were like 10 minutes long. Now, I'm uploading clips that are 20 to 30 minutes long, so maybe this playthrough won't be 100 parts. Maybe it'll be 50 to 80 parts, you know what I mean? But it's still going to be incredibly freaking long. And I'm barely, people are even saying, it feels barely like... not even a third into the game. I believe the game has like 7 challenges, 7 trials you need to undergo during the course of the game. And I'm just coming up on trial number 3 right now. Even though if you actually look, I've played the game for a good, 10 plus hours already. Because I played it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all major
Dude, I've been playing Pokemon Moon. He's ahead of me. But dude, it's such a good game. I really like it a lot. I'm surprised how much I like it. I would always drop Pokemon games. Because I would just kind of be like, I lose interest. But this is actually the only Pokemon game I play that I'm actually, like, trying to get good Pokemon. I'm trying to understand the Pokemon chart. Like, that's the only thing, is that when I'm playing, I kind of forget the Pokemon types. So when I'm fighting other trainers and they have a Pokemon I don't know, it's like, what is their type? Shit, I don't know. I mean, I have to go through, like, my Pokemon to see which has effective moves. I mean, people are saying that it's easier. I guess it's kind of true, but, the fact that I'm able to flop through it, but I like it. I enjoy it a lot. Great game.
Streams. Saturday and Sunday I actually played it over 4 hours each, and then Friday I played it like over 3 hours. So you're talking like 10 to 12 hours of gameplay. I'm only a third into the game. Holy shit. That's how Pokemon is, though. It's always been like that. Okay.
Always.
So I've got a lot to do, and I'll tell you right now, the one thing that sadly has to go by the wayside, and I made my decision last night: Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. There's just no way. I'm not gonna have time.
$80 well spent. Dude, whoever gave him that game, I think it was Tom. Good choice. I mean, gave him $80 for free, basically. So, hope you enjoyed your $80 worth playthrough. That's a full playthrough.
To do the zombies and review the game right now. I just don't have the time, all right? With the time frame that I'm working with and the events coming up and the new releases coming up, and quite honestly, I think that's the thing that people care about least. They'd rather see me play games that I'm really engrossed in and interested in.
I love that you went from, like, before he got Call of Duty, everyone said, oh, he said, nobody cares about Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, no one cares. He gets the game for free. Everyone cares about Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare. I have to play this game. I have to. Everyone cares about it. And now it's back to no one cares about it. I wonder why it's been going back and forth like that.
Try to play this zombies mode that I really don't care about and do a review for a game that, besides the campaign, everyone knows how much I hated the multiplayer of that game, I think. And by the way, I am planning eventually, which means probably sometime in December, to do a triple header video where it's going to be Battlefield 1 versus Titanfall 2 versus Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, where they all battle it out, and I tell you which I really feel is the best first-person shooter of this gaming season. All right, I do want to do that video, but I can't do it yet. All right, I'm working on it.
Christmas time is coming, and he's dilly-dallying on a video that could be useful for the holiday season. Again, another video that I'm actually honestly interested in watching in KOGaming, and he's just dilly-dallying and dragging his feet. Phil, the longer you take to make a video for KOGaming, the quicker that channel's gonna die.
So, that being said, Call of Duty's off the table. What can you expect every day this week? Especially because I'm not live streaming, right? What are you going to see day by day? Monday, my first gameplay session is going to be Watch Dogs 2. I'm planning to play it at least 3.5, if not more, hours. Because here's the thing, because I'm not live streaming anymore, guess what that means? No setup. No waiting for my website to go live with the stream. No pre-stream. Like, all that stuff that takes up all that time. Literally, about 45 minutes of time already is freed up because I'm not live streaming it. Okay? So, already I'm going to get extra gameplay out of it, which is sweet. So, Watch Dogs 2 is going to be my main focus on Monday. I am playing more Pokemon Moon later in the night. So, there will probably be 3-4 hours of Watch Dogs 2 footage. added to DSP Gaming during the course of the day, and then later that night there will be about maybe 2 more hours of Pokemon Moon on DSP Gaming. So for those who are following the playthroughs and are enjoying them, and you're like, damn, no live streams, well, the videos are still going live. I'm not quitting, and that's one of the things I wanted to emphasize, because there's so much misinformation. I'm not quitting any games because I'm not streaming them. I'm still playing them, I'm just not live streaming. There was this big fucking falsified rumor on YouTube yesterday, or not
I'm not gonna talk about it. Talks about it right now.
YouTube, on the internet yesterday, that I was quitting Pokemon Moon because the views were low. I never even said that. I never said anything fucking like that. I never even mentioned views on the playthrough at all. I just said I wasn't gonna live stream it anymore.
Except for when he talked about views at the end of the stream and why he's not gonna be streaming it anymore.
But people want to make shit up, right? So no, that playthrough is continuing. Don't be afraid. It is continuing, all right? Tuesday is probably going to be the same thing. A big chunk, a big helping of Watch Dogs 2 paired with Pokemon Moon. Okay? Now, I don't know how long Watch Dogs 2 is. People were telling me it's around 30 hours if you do side content and story. And if you just did the main missions and skipped all the side missions, it could be about 20 hours long. If you look at how long I've played it so far, right? I played it more than 5 hours on launch day, more than 5 hours on Wednesday, and another 3+ hours on Thursday. So right there was 13+ hours. Then I've done 2 2-hour sessions. So you're talking I played it maybe around 15 to 17 hours. Maybe I'm getting close to the end. I don't know. All right. But if I do another 3-4 hour session, 3-4 hour session Monday, Tuesday, I may be actually getting to the end game, which is a good thing because obviously I want to be reviewing this game while I can. Okay. Now, here's the deal. And this is where it starts to get a little tricky. Starting this Wednesday, pretty much every single day, I don't have a time or I don't have enough time to do multiple gaming sessions, and allow me to explain why, all right? This year, things are a lot different. Leanna has a job, right? She works a job that is, yes, she has her soap-making business, but that's something that's not very time-consuming. She can do it in her free time. She has a job that she works, and because of that, our schedule is kind of different than it used to be.
She makes soap in her free time. That's kind of, I hope she enjoys it. That's all I gotta say about that. I hope she enjoys making soap because I really think she needs a break.
To be that we have freedom at any time whenever we want to put up our Christmas tree, whenever we want to do errands and grocery shopping, we have all the free time in the world. Now we don't anymore, all right? And because of that, we have to kind of formulate our schedule differently. So if you can believe it, this Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, a national holiday in the United States, we're actually putting up our Christmas tree. And some people might say, why so early? Like, that's really early for a lot of people to be putting up a Christmas tree before Thanksgiving. And I agree. Traditionally, my family would put up our Christmas tree usually sometime after Thanksgiving. Sometimes it would be right after Thanksgiving, or it would be in early December. So that way we can have the tree up for a few weeks, then it's Christmas, and then we have it up for a few more weeks, and then we take it down. Some people don't put up the Christmas tree until like the night before Christmas, and that I really don't understand.
Yeah, I agree with you, Phil. I think that's kind of dumb to do it like the night before. Like, to me that's like, what's the point? I like having the tree up a few weeks before and be like, yeah, Christmas.
I do realize that it is kind of an American tradition that a lot of families always did that. But for me, it's like, you're going to put the tree up right before Christmas, the night before Christmas. It's up for Christmas. It's up for like a week, and now you got to take it down. It's like, why bother then? Why not put it up? And, I really enjoy the holiday season. I always have. So for me, like, I love to have that tree up for as long as possible.
Cares?
So
I'm done.
We're putting up our Christmas tree on Wednesday because if we don't do it then, we don't know when we're going to get a chance, because Leanna actually works weekends. And that means that we literally have no free time on weekends to do stuff together. A lot of the times on weekends when I'm working now, if you haven't noticed, sometimes I do 2 gameplay sessions on Saturday. It's because she's gone all day. So unless we do it like now, we're afraid we're not even going to have a chance to do it together. So Wednesday, I'm doing 1 major gameplay session. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be Watch Dogs, the conclusion of Watch Dogs, right? We don't know. I don't know yet. And then for the second half of the day, what we're going to do is we're going to clean up our bottom floor of our house. We have like Halloween decorations and fall decorations up. We're going to take those down. We're going to put up Christmas stuff. We're going to put out our Christmas tree. We're going to decorate our Christmas tree. And like I usually do.
Doesn't she have off like Thursday or Friday? Doesn't she have those days off? So why can't they do it then?
I'm going to film it. I'm going to vlog it. So you have a few different vlogs and videos of us decorating the tree. I may just edit it into 1 video this year, because what I used to do is I used to do like, oh, here's a...
Whoa, 1 Okay, he's going all
minute,
out.
and then here's a minute, and then here's a minute, and upload 10 videos. Now, a much different situation. I can edit stuff really quickly. It's not like it used to be where it was a big chore and it took a lot of work. It doesn't. I'm better at video editing now than I used to be anyway, so I can easily just edit it all together and not have a big deal about it.
Guys, he's learning. He's learning step by step. Oh my god. Now he's editing vlogs. Soon, his gameplay.
So maybe I'll just do one edited video of us putting up our tree, and that's going to be Wednesday night. We'll put that right here on the King of Hate vlogs, okay?
Okay.
Thursday is Thanksgiving in the United States, a national holiday. Thursday, Ask the King returns. All right, my Q&A show. I do it every 2 months now, and at this point, I'm sure there's a ridiculous amount of questions that people have saved up because of all the new game releases, because of the stuff that's been going on with me and my business, and everything going on in the past couple of months. I almost guarantee there's a ridiculous amount of pertinent questions. All right, if you haven't yet, please post up your questions for Ask the King on my kingofhate.com. It's thekingofhate.com forums, thekingofhate.com /forums. There's a thread there, a whole section for Ask the King, and you can post up your questions. If you were a patron of mine in the last 2 months, so September or October, and you pledged $20 or more, you're entitled to get your question answered. So please go to the forums. You should have access to a special section in the patrons only section where you can post up your questions for this Thursday's Ask the King, and you will be guaranteed to get those questions answered. All right. So a lot of work. I got to post that up by Thursday because that's when I'm doing that show. All right. So that's what I'm doing Thursday for my show. Then I'm going to be doing a dinner with Leanna. I'm not going to be vlogging it, but I'll probably take a picture or something for Instagram.
I'm doing a dinner with Leanna. Like, what? I don't know. That to me is kind of that. I laughed at that. Okay.
So you can see what we have for our
Doing a
Thanksgiving
dinner.
spread. I actually have a very important phone call I have to make with my parents Thursday night regarding health insurance and all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of that here because it really has nothing to do with anything. If I have,
Then why bring it up, dude? I don't know.
have time later on Thursday night, I will do a session of gameplay, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. I hope I do, because I don't want to fall super far behind on all the games that I'm playing, but at the same time, I can't 100% guarantee you that I'm going to have time to do it. We'll see. We'll play it by ear and we'll see. All right. Friday, Black Friday, traditionally the biggest shopping day in the United States of America. It's
Don't go out. Watch my videos. That's what he's gonna say.
a big ass fucking mess. All right. And the reason it's a big mess is because Leanna has to work. But as you guys and gals know, going out on Black Friday in the United States of America, especially if you live in a retail-centric part of any kind of major city, is a nightmare. There's people out there as early as, 2 in the morning, going out to trying to go crazy ass, getting deals and driving over people.
Well, they're also there on Thursday now. Black Friday starts on Thursday. I'm really excited to see what happens because you see the worst of humanity on Black Friday. It's fucking insane.
And big fucking mobs in front of stores and stuff. She has to work early in the morning, and I've already told her, listen, it's not worth it for you to drive. If you drive trying to find a parking spot at the mall, you're never going to find a parking spot. It's going to be wall-to-wall fucking people.
But don't employees get special parking spots, though? Like, don't they have, like, little signs, like, reserved for employees?
I already told her, I'll get up early in the morning, I'll drive her to work, and the same thing, later on that day, I have to pick her up from work. But because of that, that would throw off any kind of a consistent schedule that I would have, so there's no way that I would even...
I feel that he mostly just doesn't want to leave his BMW, in the parking lot during Black Friday. I just have a feeling that's why he's doing that. But, it's nice of him to, do that. I'll give him props for that. See, people say I don't give him credit. I give him credit for this. Good on you, Phil.
Be able to live stream that day because the times would be so random. I don't even know when I'm going to be home and when I'm going to be back, especially with traffic and everything that day. It's going to be out of control, all right? But I am going to be doing gameplay on Friday. In fact, I'm going to be doing a lot of gameplay on Friday. Whenever I get home from dropping her off, I'm probably going to start recording, and I don't know if it's going to be Watch Dogs or Pokemon because I don't know how far I actually would even be in either game come Friday, but I am planning on doing that. If I do finish Watch Dogs 2, I would like to work on and release the review for this weekend at least. That would be a perfect thing. I think the game's been out for about a week. I'll be able to release the review in a timely manner. It would be good. But I don't want to promise that to everyone because I don't know between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday if I'll have gotten far enough in the game to say, oh, I beat it and now I can review it. All right? But there will be gameplay or a review or both this Friday, Black Friday. And I'll let you know, obviously, what you need to do every night right here at They Call Me DSP. That's where you're going to get the nightly updates on what exactly to expect the next day. So that way you know exactly what's going on, all right? And then this weekend, Saturday, I only can do one gameplay session because Saturday night we're going to be going out to doing our weekly errands like grocery shopping and stuff like that. So that means that, unfortunately, only time for one gameplay session, but it will be either Watch Dogs or Pokemon Moon. And then Sunday, same deal, where I'll have one major gameplay session. It won't be live streamed. It'll all be offline. And it's either going to be one or the other, depending on, how far I still am in these games, all right? The goal for me, if everything goes perfectly according to plan, despite the tree trimming and the Thanksgiving stuff and the Black Friday, what I'm hoping for is by the end of this week. Oh, by the way, I already screwed up the schedule. I just realized that I'll mention it in a moment because I forgot to mention Batman. So I even have to go back now and repair what I've just said in the schedule because I know it's wrong. My goal by the end of the week is this: to get as far as I can in Watch Dogs 2 and hopefully review Watch Dogs 2 by the end of the week. And yes, to continue the Pokemon Moon playthrough while balancing it with everything else during the course of the week. Because I don't want the Pokemon Moon playthrough to go on complete hiatus, but at the same time, it is such a long game. I realize it's going to take a long time to finish, so I know I'm not going to finish it right away.
But he just said that he's not going to drop the playthrough. He's going to find a way to balance it. But now he's putting it on a hiatus. Well, he's thinking of putting it on hiatus. No, I thought you liked the game. I thought you were gonna try to find a way to balance that game. Now you're telling me you're gonna put it on hiatus? Well, man. Last time I heard that, I don't think we ever saw the continuation of Recore. Rip.
Now, the one thing that I completely almost forgot about, this Tuesday, there is a new release this week. Batman, the Telltale series episode 4 is releasing on Tuesday. Now, we don't know what time. Sadly, episodic games on PSN are random. Sometimes they release at midnight. Sometimes they release later in the day. To be completely safe, I've decided I'm not going to say that I'm playing it early in the day because I think that would be shooting myself in the foot because then there's potential for it not to be released on PSN yet. So I'm probably going to be doing it Tuesday night, all right? So, all right. Re-summarized. Here we go. Monday, Watch Dogs 2 and Pokemon Moon in that order. Larger session of Watch Dogs 2 than Pokemon Moon. That's what you're going to see on DSP Gaming. Okay. Tuesday, Watch Dogs 2 and Batman Episode 4 on DSP Gaming. There you go. Wednesday, Watch Dogs 2. Maybe the conclusion of the game. We'll see. After 3 major sessions, 9, 10 more hours, if not more gameplay, will I beat the game? Maybe. So we'll see. Wednesday night, tree trimming. I'm putting up my Christmas tree, and I'll put a video out for that on the King of Hate vlogs right here, all right? Thursday, Ask the King, followed by Thanksgiving stuff that may keep me busy. If I have time, I will do gameplay Thursday night. More than likely, it'll end up being Pokemon. We'll see. But I don't want to promise you gameplay Thursday night because I don't know if I'm going to actually have time. We'll see. But I'll play it by ear. Friday, it's Black Friday. My schedule is completely crazy, so I can't even majorly say, oh, this and this, but there will be gameplay on Friday. Maybe there'll be an opportunity for me to review Watch Dogs 2 on Friday. That would be good. And maybe Pokemon Moon gameplay. We'll see, but there will be stuff coming out on Friday, as when I can. Saturday, one major session of gameplay. More than likely, at this point, it'll be Pokemon Moon, unless Watch Dogs 2 has shocked me and is incredibly long and much longer than I thought. All right? And then Sunday, again, a major session of gameplay and the weekend preview explaining how I'm going to be covering the next week. Now, very quickly, a super preview of next week, because next week is also going to be very different and important. Streaming returns on November 28th. It will be my marathon of indie games. I hope that you guys and gals will be out for that and check that out because those marathons usually go really well and they're pretty entertaining, especially because I'm going to be playing, 3 to 4 games, just like the Halloween marathon last month. Since I'll be switching between games, these marathons tend to be pretty interesting because you get a little taste of every game, and sometimes they actually turn out to be long, full playthroughs in the future, and I'm excited for it. I haven't done an indie games thing in a while now, so this will be pretty good, I think, okay? So that's going to be the 28th. The 29th is the premiere of Final Fantasy 15. And I'm pretty excited for it. We have not seen a major Final Fantasy title since 13. I know some people will say, but what about 13, 2, and 3? And what about 14 that was an MMO? I don't consider those big releases. I consider those addendums and or spin-offs. They're not a major numbered installment release in the series, honestly. They weren't. This is the big one. This is the game that's been in development for over 10 years. It was supposed to be released alongside the original Final Fantasy 13. Holy shit. And now here we are. Finally, the game's coming out after all the hype, all the rumors, all
Yay.
the controversy of it being delayed.
Controversy. Oh, whatever.
It's finally coming out. I've actually watched Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive to get that supplemental story base, so I know what's going on during the course of me playing the game. I know what's going on back at the homeland, and I am excited for it. I
Yay.
really, honestly, when I think about all of the playthroughs that I've done for YouTube, there's a few that stick out in my head. One of the ones that does actually stick out in my head and I never mention is Final Fantasy 13, because that was my reintroduction.
Oh, it's gonna be a full circle playthrough, like is Batman, Fallout 4, Tomb Raider. Probably not Tomb Raider, but you see what I'm getting at. It's gonna be another full circle playthrough. He's going full circle again, guys. Making another circle.
To the entire franchise after being away from it from quite a long time, playing that game on YouTube. And by the way, that wasn't on DSP Gaming, that wasn't on Dark Side Phil, that was on, I think it was like Dark Side Phil FF13. Wasn't that the channel? I think it was. That was the name of the channel. And it still exists to this day, although I've actually heard, sadly, that some of the videos apparently had copyright strikes against them or something, and they're gone. Some people a couple years ago told me they were trying to watch the whole playthrough and there's entire parts missing. I don't know. I certainly am not keeping any tabs on that channel at this point. The channel was only for Final Fantasy 13, okay? But covering that game was freaking awesome. Of course, it was a different time on YouTube, back when the raw, unedited stuff was very popular, especially with me doing it. That was the height of my popularity when that game really came out. And I loved covering it because it was such a unique experience to me, not only be playing this role-playing game, but experiencing it with everyone else and sharing that experience, because it was so different from other Final Fantasy games that I had played.
Full
And,
circle.
you know, there were positives and negatives. Just like I get the feeling 15 is going to be the same. There's going to be positives and negatives that I'm going to love sharing with you, all right? So, yes, I will be live streaming the premiere of Final Fantasy 15, and more than likely, I will be kind of live streaming it a few times during premiere week, so that way at least I could show everyone live, you know, what's going on. Will I continue to stream it long term? Probably not. I'll be real here. All these games that are long drawn out games, after a few streams, people stop showing up. So I'm probably not going to be streaming it long form, but probably for a few days at least at release, I will be streaming Final Fantasy 15. All right. Now, the only other games coming out this year that I'm really interested in, just to run through them here. All right. Last Guardian. Obviously, I'm interested in this game. This is a game that's supposed to have been out for the past, 7+ years. It was supposed to be a big major title for the PS3. Obviously, I'm going to be playing The Last Guardian. I got to see if that game's any good after so much anticipation. And, of course, Dead Rising 4. Huge. I'm really excited for it. I played Dead Rising Remastered earlier this year, and I really enjoyed doing it, even though the game was incredible.
Earlier this year. Dead Rising came out in September. That's not earlier this year.
Frustrating. I'm very happy that I played it twice. I like this so much. After I got the gist of it, I played it twice. All right.
I got banned for my opinions on that playthrough, so that's how bad it was.
And I'm looking forward to Dead Rising 4, so that's a given. And I don't really know. I think there's one or two other games coming out in December that I may or may not be interested in. But what I get the feeling is going to happen is I'm going to be really heavily into Final Fantasy 15. It's going to be very time-consuming. I'm still going to be probably, playing Pokemon Moon at that point. So that's going to still be a game that I'm doing ongoing. And then juggling in Last Guardian and Dead Rising 4, that's probably going to be enough to take me through December until I start my year-end series. You know, the funniest moments of the year, the worst games of the year, the Game of the Year awards, and anything else that I decide to do for my year-end series. I really think that that's going to be time-consuming for me, and that's going to really finish off the year for me. So, we'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear, all right? Things might change, but that's kind of the rough estimation of what you can expect from me for the rest of 2016, okay?
Okay.
All right. Once again, I apologize to those who are people who daily were always showing up for my live streams, regardless if a game had 20 viewers or 2,000 viewers. Neither of those ever happened, by the way. That's a gross exaggeration. It was always somewhere in the middle. I know there's a dedicated fan base that shows up for the streams. This is just a necessary thing, you know, that has to happen. This is something that people have been telling me to do for years, to cut back on streaming. This week in particular, no streams. Let's see how it goes. Let's play it by ear. Let's see how it goes this week with no live streams, of course.
In my opinion, I think I'm actually happy he's doing this, because I think it's going to rejuvenate the channel, in my opinion. I'm going to give him a fair shake here and say that I think this change is actually a good change, because I do think that streaming every day, it's not that great. So I'm glad that he's actually doing this, and hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out for him. So we'll see what happens.
They're returning in a week anyway. So with a week away, hopefully you'll follow all the playthroughs on DSP Gaming. And when I return next week, full force with full streaming again, with the new releases and everything in the marathon, hopefully people will be excited for it. Okay. And that's about it. That's about all I have to say. A long weekend preview, a lot to talk about, but hopefully it was incredibly informative for you. And I'm very excited to cover all the new stuff this week. In particular, I'm loving Watch Dogs, I'm loving Pokemon, and Batman has been a great game. So I get the feeling all this stuff is going to be culminating into a lot of fun content and a lot of fun gameplay. That I'm really into the holiday stuff. I love the Christmas season, so getting the tree up and everything. It's going to be a great week regardless. Maybe, I'm just going to say this.
I just think the only thing is that if he's streaming less, he should do more videos for KOGaming out of it. He should do more videos that take more time then, because he doesn't have time to set up the stream anymore because he's not setting up a stream. So I think he should really start to consider doing more work now that he took out a big portion of it.
Maybe this week, not live streaming and not feeling the grueling confines of a schedule that I have to confine to every day, maybe I'll relax a little bit. Just saying, maybe I will. Maybe every day.
See, that's the other thing. I can't believe I didn't say this in the apology video. He took out a lot of his stress and frustration out on his viewers. And I think he just needed a break. He needed to take a few time off and all this to kind of blow off some steam. So I think ultimately this will help him blow off that steam, and he will be rejuvenated. The only thing on the flip side of that is that how many times does he need to be rejuvenated? You know, like he said that when he was going to Seattle. He said that when he said this multiple times. Like, I mean, that's fine that he wants to take a break and cool off and stuff. That's true. Every human needs a break. So
I'll feel a little bit more relaxed, less pressure, and I'll enjoy the games a little more. That'd be great. If by the end of this week I feel like I'm not stressed out and I'm just like, wow, this is so much different than new. I don't know. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Maybe this will be the best thing that could ever happen to me. I don't know. We're going to find out together firsthand, okay?
Okay.
That's it for the weekend preview, everyone. Thank you. Without further ado, thanks to the following October patrons who made this upcoming Indies Marathon possible. Remember, you must nominate games in the next one day because the poll will be going live tomorrow night, which you must vote on for that marathon coming up on November 28th. Peace out, everyone. See you later.
Alright. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was a very short video, unlike the other videos. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.